Okay. I'm just making a check-in. I don't have anything especially planned. Just normal things running around, running through the brain. Um, I've heard from multiple sources, and of course, it has to make sense to me too, in order for me to sort of take it on as an aspect or as like a piece of knowledge. But the general consensus that I've come to understand about the realm is that you don't want to be putting effort and energy into sort of accumulating the trinkets that are here, or whatever they are. And you don't want to be expending emotional energy and just basically your life force for the trinkets that are available here. It's distractions only. The trinkets that are available here are distractions only. Something Og was mentioning in his recent video is that when he's talking about the whole disclosure deal and the truth of our situation here, why we're here, our history, our past, what we are exactly. And this is, of course, storyline, what we are. If you try to say the ultimate what we are, well, we're a piece of source, or we are source, maybe not in this particular form, but that's what everything is part of the whole, and the whole is one. The whole is just a whole. There's no words to describe it. So we're that, of course, as the basis, or the base at the bottom of it, I guess. And then there are also storylines that go along with sort of particular situations that we find ourselves linearly experiencing through space-time. And I get a very strong impression that there aren't accomplishments here. It's fool's gold. It's all fool's gold. So even if you manage to sort of acquire a bunch of trinkets or anything, if you manage to achieve a goal, if you manage to get a body type that you want, even altruistic things like I was feeling bad about this relationship I have with my friend, and I went in, I called them on the phone, and we worked it out completely, and everything's good now. Okay, like, it's all fool's gold. There are no accomplishments here. There's nothing you're gonna create here that is sort of lasting. It's hard to explain what I mean, but I feel it. I feel the only sort of accomplishment that I can achieve here is staying true, like staying solid, moment to moment, as much as I can. And I can't even explain exactly what that means. Don't fly off the hinge emotionally, or don't snap on people, or don't be too greedy. Whatever it is, I don't know exactly what it is, but the realm, back to what Og was saying. He was saying as far as when people are artificially introduced to being able to see reality as it really is, without the veil of illusion. He says when that veil is sort of ripped off artificially, he said 100% of the people go insane 100% of the time, and nobody can handle it. And that goes back to this place being it's a mental safe haven from our creative ability, tainted by whatever is the AI infection, which allows us to create in a horrifying manner and not have the control over if you're starting to imagine horrible or horrifying situations, and those start instantly manifesting in your life right now. You lack the ability to stop that from happening if it has cognized. That's kind of what I'm getting from it. I've heard this idea across multiple fronts from multiple sources, just from research I've done into the subject. And for instance, Adida Samraj, he was a self-proclaimed avatar, and he was a very unique master in that respect. And he had he had his loyal following like all the other ones, but he was different in how he treated this place. One of the things that he said that stuck with me was he said, here you make up your mind about whatever. Things happen, you take a mental stance to whatever happened afterwards and during. But it's a sort of a controllable mind. He says after, or when you're dead, he said mind makes you. So the way I interpreted that is that the mind is basically just like, it's not constrained anymore to just the mental arena, where you can't really, we have a difficulty kind of doing things here, like manifesting. We can't just imagine an apple and all of a sudden it's here. Some people can do it, I can't, but we have a lot of safeguards on us here, and that's like the super safe version, or the opposite of the other side, which is the creative potential is just uncontrollable, and you as the being in wherever form you're in, or whatever form you're in, you are simply, mind is imagining and creating at the same time, and good, bad, ugly, horrifying, beautiful, whatever, can't distinguish, can't determine what it wants, and therefore it creates everything. And it creates a horror show, basically, because it lacks the control. So to me that's what it looks like, is the battle, is the battle is well, number one, accepting that the control that exists in the realm is good for us. It's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. And that if and when we are ready to have some of the control relinquished and be sort of set free in some aspects. That will happen as it's supposed to happen. We can't rush it. Rushing things is almost always bad. And when I mean rushing, when I'm saying rushing is not like you're running toward a goal and then all of a sudden you run faster at the very end. No, what I'm saying is disregarding intuition in respect to all action that you can take. So if your intuition is saying this is not correct, you're going too fast, you gotta slow down, and you do it anyway, that's what I'm talking about. So yeah, the realm is just strange to me. It's not, there's nothing normal about it. I don't belong here, obviously. I'm not upset about it. It's just a fact. It's a fact. And a lot of you feel the same way because that's just how it is. There's, we've carried with us the feeling that something is just fishy here from the get-go. And that's just, it's obvious. And so I don't think interacting with this place and basically trying to set up camp here, set up a permanence here, that's what we don't want to do. We don't want to be setting up camp, setting up a permanence, because at least in regards to what Aga is saying about the addiction to the physical, if we're going to stop inhabiting physical form at some point and go back to energy form or spirit only form, but we still have the memory of the physical form and we yearn for it, and we miss all the the people, the physical form spirit people that we used to have relationships with, and so we want to go back to that. That could be what we're doing anyway, or that, and if that's a part of the ruse of the the archons that like eating the emotions or whatever, that would actually be a symbiotic relationship. That would be a true symbiotic relationship, where we actually just, when we sort of escape the physical or go back to being pure form energy, and then we have the memory of it, and then we can contrast, and we're just thinking this, the physical is the best. I miss it, and I want to go back. So we go back, and then, we're back in the situation we're right now. But, if that is the case, then it's a symbiotic relationship with the archons and the energy vampirism, because they're part of this system that you're missing. Unless you somehow remove them completely from the system and then retake physical form, then you're in the same situation, and you're accepting their influence when you agreed to come back to physical form. Yeah. Don't have a whole lot else tonight, and I know this was rambling form. Apologize for that. Not really. I don't really apologize for that, but yeah, maybe you got something out of it. I don't know. There's some police activity over here. Don't know what. Don't know why. I'm getting hungry though. I gotta eat something. But yeah. Let me know what's going on in the realm elsewhere, in the dreamscape, dream world that we inhabit here. Let me know how your corner of the dream is behaving yourself. Yeah? All right, bye.